Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. I know that I have not been on for a while, and I apologize. Between traveling and then the holidays, and then with my travel business, I've been very, very busy. And I promise I'm going to be on more and doing kind of more fun things. I'm going to try and mix things up a little bit, do a little bit more tutorials, talk about products, talk about, I don't know, just life in general. Um, I'm trying to be really good now. I need to lose weight, which I'm sure we all do, and the first of the year comes around and we all think about it. So I'm working on that because I'm going away in a couple weeks again, I know, but this is actually the first real vacation that I'm taking in a long time because most of the time I'm working almost the entire time. So I'm trying to lose a few pounds before I go there, and I'm going to be doing tanner this week, so I'll be doing some tutorials on that because I do love our tanner. I just haven't done it in a while, but now that my skin is pretty pale, I want to look a little tan before I go. And I'm going to do some other stuff, just talk about other products in general that, you know, maybe I don't even sell, but just to help people. So my goal is to eat good and to make sure I wash my face every morning and every night. I'm really good in the morning because it literally my routine, and I'm going to do a video on that, but it takes me 2 to 3 minutes. Nighttime is when I'm lazy, and it really only takes me another 3 minutes or so at night, but sometimes I'm lazy, so I got to get good at that because nighttime is the most important time to wash your face. So I did wash my face this morning, so it's nice and clean. I moisturized and used climate control. So now, before I start putting on makeup now, I have started to use our Silk, and it is a pore and wrinkle minimizer, but it's also a primer. It actually makes your makeup go on really smooth. You really only need a little bit. That's probably enough. Maybe I'll do just a teeny bit more just so I get my forehead. And you can just rub that in. It's really soft and smooth. It really blends in really nice, quick, and it smells good too. And it's in our airless pump, like most of our products. So I keep saying today, I don't know why. You will get every last drop, and then at the end, if I could do this, you can open it up and even get the end of it out. So you can just scoop that out with a little brush or Q-tip or whatever. So I love that with our products because I never really have to worry about wasting with most of our products. So I put that on, I let that soak in a minute. Today I'm gonna, and I don't always, I'm gonna do a little bit of green concealer right on all of my spots. Usually green is good for red. I have a little red here. Most of my red's gone, and I used to have a ton of red here, but that's almost pretty much gone between using climate control and the SeneGence C. It's pretty much fairly amazing how how it pretty much clears that up. So, but if you have any blemishes or redness that has not gone away, if you're not using the products, or if it's just early, you know what? I slept like crud last night, and so I actually have dark circles. I was using dark circle under eye cream treatment for a while, and it worked wonderfully. But I have not been using it lately because I didn't really have a problem, but last night I slept horrible. So I just put a little on there. I can probably put a little on my chin. I mean, really, I'm just using like the edge of it. I'm not even squeezing out a whole amount because you can use a palette and squeeze it out, which I probably should do, but I didn't today. You can use your fingers, but I usually like to use a brush to kind of blend in stuff, especially once it comes to the light concealer and any foundations. The color correcting tinted moisturizer I just kind of put on with my hands, and I know not everybody does that, but I do. Now there's a couple different ways to do the concealer. A lot of people put their concealer on, and that just lightens it a little bit, put their concealer on before they put on their tinted moisturizer or anything. I don't know right or wrong, but I actually typically you just use our color correcting tinted moisturizer in medium. We have light and medium, and they are going to be coming out with dark soon. But what I do is, instead of using foundation, some days I use foundation if I'm going out or whatever, but what I found, I'll use this, and I use our light concealer, because right now my skin's light. If once I get tan, I might have to mix light and medium. Medium might be a little too dark on its own, but this stuff is new. It just came out this year, and it is like amazing. It covers tattoos. It's really good. So what I'm going to do is put this on first. And I don't really have really big pores. The only place I have larger pores is right here, but since I've been using the pore and wrinkle minimizer, it has pretty much made them a lot smaller there too, which I love. But a trick that I just learned, and I haven't tried it yet, and I will try it in a future video, but I forgot, and I already started putting this on, is to use matte gloss. I know, believe it or not, matte gloss will fill in. So if you have a lot of large pores, just need a teeny weeny bit of matte gloss, and you can just put it where your large pores are. Let it dry for a minute or two before you put on your foundation, but that will help. So not completely covered. Obviously I have these spots. Some are from the sun. This is actually hormonal. It's kind of, I can actually feel the difference in the skin there. Which I've had it lasered and it just doesn't go away. So I have that on. Now I am going to put on the light concealer. Now you only need a little teeny bit of this, and it really, 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 really works. Now I'm actually using a brush to brush it on, because I have an old one that I ripped open. And I'm just kind of brushing it on where I want it. And I'm looking in the mirror a little bit. And I just doing a little there because of my dark circles. Do a little there, a little on my nose. And this is just really a little bit. I know it looks like it's more than it's, but get all my spots kind of covered. I'll do up here anyways. Okay. So just getting all the stuff off the brush. Okay. Then I like to use a stippling brush. This is actually powder brush from e.l.f. So it's super cheap. Obviously you can just get it at like Wegmans or something. But I like it, and it's actually dirty. I gotta clean my brushes today, because it gets all the makeup in really smooth, and it looks really a flawless finish. It kind of looks like the airbrush makeup when you use like a stippling type brush. So even if you're doing our foundation and stuff, they do recommend just stippling it, and it will actually make a nicer finish. So that is what I like to do. I probably put a little too much by my eye, but the nice thing about our makeup is it really lays nice, so it doesn't cake up, and it fills in nice. It looks really nice and smooth. And of course, I think you all know, but I'm going to say it again, it has our Cineplex complex in pretty much all of our makeup, and what's great about that is it ends up helping you have cell renewal 23% faster. And why does that matter? Well, it does, because as we get older, like our metabolism, I'm going to put a little bit more here, like our metabolism, our cell renewal slows down. So the longer it takes, the cells kind of get dry and old or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the exact the exact science behind it, but then we don't look as young and we get wrinkles. So if we can speed up our cell renewal, we do not look as old, and it helps us look younger every day. So just by wearing the makeup. So if you have some skincare line that you love, but you want to try some of the makeup. Just by using our makeup, you have skincare in it. So now you see my skin looks really good. I could put another coat here, but with the blush, it will kind of blend in because I'll have my blush right there. And I don't, you know, I don't like to look like I have a ton of makeup on. But this really, I mean, if you see over here, it just diminishes everything. And like I said, I could put a little bit more on and make it so you can't see it at all. But I don't know. I like it to have a little bit of character to my face and not be completely perfect. Well, not that it ever would be perfect, but okay. I usually then do my eyes because I let that kind of set in before I put on my blush. And so we're gonna do, today I'm gonna do a different eye, I think. I don't normally do this, but I tried it the other day and I think I liked the way it looked. So we're gonna try it. So I'm doing candlelight. And usually with my base, you can do what you want, but usually with my base, I just kind of brush a little bit on and use my fingers. You can use a brush to do it, but for the base, I don't. I like candlelight and sandstone pearl. And then I like pink frost for bases too, if I'm doing a pink type eye. And the reason I like these is they cover nice, and then they, you know, any imperfections, any redness in my eye, it really covers that up. And voila. So I can just go out like this, and a lot of times I do, because I'll do like 3 minutes, well, less than 5 minutes of makeup, but this is obviously much longer makeup. So I am now going to do, sorry, I should have had this all prepared, and I didn't. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to do Pink Posy. Now, Pink Posy is not pink really at all. It's kind of like a reddish brown. So we are going to do that. And I'm going to just put some right here. And you can just put it on the brush first or on your eyes first, however you like to do it. And a lot of times people, what they do is they layer these. So they'll put a little bit on, and it's really pigmented. So you want to start with just a little bit and then work your way up. If you want more on, you can put more and more, and you can blend them together really nice too. So it's super easy to work with. And even if you make a mistake, it's easy to correct because there's really almost no mistakes with this because you just put a little bit more over it or something like that. So this is kind of a little darker, and I can blend it in more with some more candlelight if I need to fix the top, but I'm just doing my whole eyelid here. And this is pretty dark, I know. Let me get, sometimes I like to do my finger because that's just the way I roll. And I think it's pretty good over here. I know it looks like I got a lot on. I look a little crazy. Look a little crazy. I might blend it in more here. There we go. Blending is the key. And I am impatient, so I am not the best blender. I gotta take more time to blend. Okay, that's a lot. Oh my God. It's a lot for me. I don't usually do that bright, but we are doing that today because we're trying something different. And now we are going to do another dark one, which I do use actually for liner a lot and once in a while on my eyes. And this is Garnet. And it is a really pretty dark, rich brown. And I know a few of you have this. Not too many people have Pink Posy. I think a couple people do, but. All right, so I'm just gonna put a teeny dot because I just want a little bit. Actually, I want a different brush though, and I should have dropped that out. What brush do I want? Brush. Okay, I'm just getting a little one because I just want it in the corner. And I probably should just clean up my corners. Now, some people actually, a trick, they put like makeup tape here, and so that it, you know, doesn't look messy, but I don't mind it coming out to the side a little bit. It's kind of okay for me. I'm gonna put a little more over here because I didn't get enough. There we go. And there we go, a little darker. Ooh, my God, those are dark eyes. Okay, so let's lighten that up because I can't do that much dark. So you could come in with like a sandstone, or I'm going to do sandstone shimmer because that's what I like. But you can just do a sandstone to lighten in the corners or whatever. Oh, geez, it's right on top. Sorry. All right, so sandstone shimmer. A lot of times I'll do right in the corner, but I'm going to do it more center. And with the shimmers, I like to use my finger again. I'm a finger person with the shadows, but you know, look at that. Isn't that kind of cool? You can layer and you can do as much as you want. Probably silver, the silver shimmer would be nice too. You could do the pink opal shimmer. That would be really nice as well. And so I'm layering. So I'm just doing a little bit at a time and seeing how much I like. And again, not perfect, but you can play around with it until you get it the way you like it. That's kind of interesting. I think in the video it doesn't look as good as in the mirror. But it's the way it is, I guess. But you get the idea. So now let's go in and do some liner. Now, I gotta say, a lot of times I'm lazy and I just use my Maybelline. But the thing with the Maybelline is I like it a lot, but it rubs off. So if I don't want my liner to rub off, then I be not lazy. And I usually use Garnet myself. We have Onyx, which actually would probably look pretty nice with this because it would give the black or whatever. And of course we have liquid liners. I'm just not very talented with liquid liners. And so this is easier for me because it's more forgiving, I think. And I'm going to do the bottom. And I always do my bottom. I only do it to about a third. Just to give a little bit of highlight in the corner of my eyes. Now I will do the top. And this is a little teeny weeny brush. I have this brush set that I love. And it came with a whole bunch of brushes. I can't remember how many, but I use them when I do glamour demos. And if the hostess wants this as her hostess reward, the whole brush set, I am more than happy to do that. So anybody that's interested in doing a glamour demo with anywhere from 2 to 5 people. Usually if it gets more than 5, I have to bring a helper because it gets a little crazy. If you have 3, you get entered in for the SeneGence monthly product giveaway. So basically they give you a credit for the hostess can get $155 in credit, 155, and the guests can all be entered for $55 in credit. So you have to have at least 3 guests there. But if you do that, you can get entered for that in addition to all your other rewards. Okay, don't mind me. I'm doing this actually in the mirror because it is way too hard to see in the camera. Sorry. Yeah, not bad. And I'm just getting a little bit off here. You can, again, use a palette, put it on the palette and pull it off the palette. Whatever floats your boat. And I don't like a lot of dark. I don't do the wings. You certainly can. You can do that with this, and you can do it, I know, with the liquid liner, probably a lot easier, but I am not that fancy. That's just not me. That's why I put other tutorials up from other ladies that are fancy like that. Okay, so I have that on, and my eyes kind of are not popping. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on mascara, and I love our mascara because it's waterproof and long lasting, and it's actually good for your lashes and not bad for your lashes. A lot of waterproof mascaras are not good for your lashes, and it doesn't flake, and it really does stay on probably better than any mascara I've ever used. Now, if you want to really lengthen your lashes, we have what's called Undersense. So we have a mascara that's mascara in one half and Undersense on the other. And you put the Undersense on first, you let that dry for a minute, and then you put the mascara, and so it'll make your lashes really long. So if you want that, you can do that. But I don't tend to do that. I like just the regular, and I just kind of use my lashes. Just use the strokes to lengthen my lashes, and I might let it dry for a second, and then go over it again. So you can see it did definitely make my lashes longer. And I like it a lot. And it does not come off easy, I'll tell you this. So we have Foods. This is our eye and makeup remover. And this stuff takes off, and I'm going to do it one day. I keep saying I'm going to do it one day, but it will take off marker. I'll draw my face and I'll take it off with this. This stuff works like crazy. It will take off all your makeup. The thing about this, and I personally do not use it on my eyes because my eyes are sensitive and it seems to bother them. Now, if I really need to take my makeup off fast, I will, because it only bothers them for a second. But so it's one of those things that if you do decide to get Foops, I don't usually carry it. I do have a sample. I can order it for anybody. If you don't like it, like all our products, we can return it and get your money back. But it is like really, really good. It super takes off your makeup. So I usually end up using Mary Kay makeup remover because it's much more gentle. The problem with the Mary Kay, which is almost unbelievable because I know it's supposed to take off everything, it does not take off our mascara in one shot. So it will get some of it off, but not all of it. So I kind of have to do it a couple times because it's just not as strong as Foops. So, all right. So my eyelashes are fairly long. And now we are going to do blush. Now, I don't do contouring, and a lot of people do. And if you do, you can definitely use either our Garnet or our Mocha Java, so you can see the difference. And you can use that. We also, our bronzer is really good too. But if you were to do the contouring, you just do a little line right here, a little line right here, and buff it right in. I guess I could do it, but no, I'm not going to because I don't normally do it. And you'd buff it right in. And then you can do some, just to outline, contour the rest of your face. But you just need a teeny weeny bit, and you just get your nice brush, buff it right in. Okay? All right. So I'm going to do my blush. So my favorite, see, this is the problem, is I tend to stay with like my favorites is chocolate cherry. I also like I do like powder pink. I also like toasted rose a lot, and these are probably the two most popular. People really like those, but we have bronze and cherry. Now with cherry, if you have darker skin, beautiful. If you have lighter skin, just use the teeniest amount. The same thing with our beautiful, beautiful new pink berry. Very, very pretty, but you just need a teeny weeny bit. Okay, but we're doing chocolate cherry because that's what I like. All right, so I just squeeze a little bit out of my brush. That's probably way too much, but I'm doing both cheeks with that. I'll show you how. I just go dot, 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 and then dot, 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 and rub it in. Simple as that. Simple, simple. Simple, simple. See? And like I said, I probably put a little too much, but that's okay. I mean, a little too much for during the day. If I was going out at night, fine. This isn't really a daytime look for me anyways, but I thought I'd do it because I wanted to do something different than what I always do. All right, I didn't do my brows, and now I have to decide. I think what I'm going to do, a lot of times I will just use an angled brush, like, where's my angled brush? No, this isn't the one I usually, oh, here it is. Like this, and this comes in the set that I give away to people if they want it. And I use this, and that I can just fill right in. It looks beautiful. Very, very easy to do, and it lasts all day. So then if you're rubbing your brows, they're not going to go anywhere. But I also really, really like our brow scents, and I think people don't really know about it and have not really tried it. So it comes in, this is light. There's dark, light, auburn, and taupe. I can help you because I can show you the different colors if you want to pick what's best for yours. I like light. I probably could go with like taupe too, but I just like to do light. So it comes with this little spoolie thingy, and I brush my brows into place. The nice thing about this is if you have no brows at all, you can create like natural looking brows because the tip of this is like super thin and you can do little wispies. Me, I do have brows, so I just fill in. That's why sometimes I can use Shadow Sense because I can just fill in with that and it doesn't look, I don't like my brows to look totally fake. I mean, I like the look on people, but it's just not me. It doesn't look like me. So I'm just going to show you. Actually, I'm going to do it here. So just a little wispy I can bring down. And you want your brow to be like to your nose. So that's good for there. And I have my brows microbladed, so they're actually fairly full, but I have a couple spots that are not. So I just fill in a little bit like that so that you can see that one's a little darker now that I filled that in. And it's not dramatic, and I don't know that anybody would know that I filled it in. And that's the nice thing. So it's just like little wispy hairs. And I'll come down here a little. I need a little more. And you really just need the teeniest bit. And let me say, there's been a couple times people are like, that have gotten this, and it is something that you have to kind of learn how to do, but honestly, it's super easy. But if you put too much on, it doesn't even look clumpy, but it can look, okay, so there, I did that on purpose. I don't know if you can see. That's a little clumpy there. Now I could just brush it back out with that, but if you have trouble, that's where this comes in handy. You just brush that right through, and it's like magic. Magic, magic, magic. Brush it right in. Perfect. So I actually want to fill in one little spot that I can't see with there. And all right. There we go. So super easy, and it dries and stays on all day. So just like the rest of our products. All right, last couple things. I know this is a long video because I'm talking a lot though too. Usually, all right, if I do quick makeup, it takes me 5 minutes. And usually I just do one color on my eyes. If I do like no makeup, it's like 1 minute. If I just put on like color correcting tint and moisturizer and like some liner or whatever, that's like a minute. If I put on like full face makeup, it's usually about 10-ish minutes. So I know some people can take like a half hour to do their makeup. I really don't take that long. I don't feel like, no, looks fine. It must be a shadow. I know some people are just take a lot more time with it, but I just don't because that's just not me. This is really the most I would ever do. Okay. So my next couple of things, and these are my secrets, and I'm actually going to do a little secret short video later too, but this, it says foundation, but it really isn't. It's called Pearlizer. And I don't know how long I've been using this, like forever, and so I've used that much, and I've actually given some away, I think, for people to try. So it lasts, well, it will last at least a year, but probably longer. What it does is it gives you a healthy glow to your face, and you want to put it right here on your cheekbones where the sun would naturally hit you. A lot of times people will put it right down, and I usually do, down their nose. Just make sure you blend it in so it doesn't look like you got a streak down your nose. Some people just put it on the tip. It depends on what they want. Cupid's bow, and sometimes people do their chin and above their eyebrow. I don't do my Cupid's bow, and I don't do my chin usually. I do my nose, I do here, and I do a little here. I don't usually do this side that much, but this side, I don't know why. And it instantly, in my opinion, makes you look probably 5 years, but at least 3 years younger. All right, bear with me. I need a drink. My mouth's getting dry. I'm drinking my greens. See? It's that It Works greens. My friend Danielle sells them, and I really like it because it tastes good. and I don't like vegetables besides salad. So that's helpful. All right. You need the smallest pump, and we'll see if we can show you. See that? And that was like not even a half a pump. So that's why this lasts forever. You can mix this in with your blush if you want and have your whole cheek be kind of glowy. You could even mix it in with foundation. I think a lot of people do that too. I don't. I just want this couple little spots to glow. And I probably don't have light shining on me enough that you will be able to see it because it's kind of cloudy today. But I'll put some pictures later that will really show you the effects of this. You could probably see it a little. I'm trying to, but trust me, in natural light, you will just look so much younger and healthy. And like I said, this is gonna last you, gosh, it's gotta be more than a year. I can't even imagine that you could use it in a year. But, well, I guess if you put it in your foundation. But if you're using it like I do, it's gonna last you more than a year. And there you go. So I have a little, you can see the shimmer a little bit, the shimmer up here. A little bit of glow to my face. Now the last trick, and I know this is a lot, but I want to show you different tips and different ways that you can use the products. There's a million different ways. So I'm going to start posting more tutorials that aren't just me, because there's a lot of ideas out there. You can use our products a ton of ways. But this is our white concealer. It's really not a concealer. It's really a highlighter. And this is wonderful. This is actually something that almost everybody I think should have, because you can use it on its own, but you can also mix it with your foundation to lighten it. So if you want to lighten up your foundation, lighten up a blush. So I like to use it because my skin's light enough now directly under my eyes. But if your skin's like darker, you can just mix this with your whatever foundation you currently use. Whether, even if it's not ours, I'm sure you can mix this and it's fine. It just might not lay as nice. And put it under your eyes, so then you lighten up your foundation so it's a little bit, because you want under your eyes to be just slightly lighter than the rest of your face, just to make your eyes pop a little bit more and make you look a little younger. So I love this stuff. Again, lasts forever because really all you need, I'm just wiping off the tip of it. And so I almost never squeeze it, and I have had it for a very long time and I still have tons left. I think the one, oh my goodness, look at me. It's probably a little more than I needed, but that's all right. We shall, I usually just use my fingers, but I was thinking I'd try a brush. I don't know. Oh, I'll use my fingers. You can just pat that in. And if you find you put too much on, like I just did, you can do some foundation with it, but really just patting it in, you can get it. But you kind of want to do it in like a little bit of a V under your eyes, so not just directly under your eyes. And there we go. Just takes a minute, just pat it in. Don't rub, just pat. And then it soaks in nice. So there we go. So my eyes look a little lighter, makes my eyes pop out a little bit more, and it's super easy to use. Again, our products are all really highly pigmented, so they'll last a very, very long time. Most of them, I think, what do I go through the fastest? Probably go through my SeneGence C the fastest, because I use it twice a day and it's a smaller container, so I think I go through that probably every 3 months instead of 6 months. Most of our stuff's going to last you at least 6 months, 5 to 6 months. I definitely go through the color correcting tinted moisturizer more, but I do give out samples for my stuff. I'd say, you know, I use it, I probably go through this in about 5 months, 5 to 6. Most people it's going to last at least 6 because they're not going to be using it, letting people use it at parties, demos, and stuff like that. But everything else will last a really long time. The blush will last you a really long time. Definitely the Shadow Sense will last like forever. And I love that you can just throw these in your bag and you don't have to worry about it like breaking all over the place. So, and if you're like really crammed for space, I know I'm like way talking too much today, but use Mulberry. I know I've said this before, but Mulberry you can use for eyeshadow and you can use for blush. And I like this one a lot. So you don't have to bring any blush with you, or you don't have to buy multiple things, especially if you're on a budget. Okay, so now I am going to, and where did I put my, oh, I didn't bring a cotton ball, but, oh, actually, I think I have some here. I am going to clean my lips, and then I'm going to put on some lip sense. And we're going to do, since we're doing such a bright face today, we're going to do some bright colors because I just got something in. I'm going to show you in a minute. All right, so I still use witch hazel. It's cheap. Usually about $1 at the store. Well, at Wegmans, I don't know. At other stores, maybe $1.50, but I like it because it cleans my lips. And you need to have a clean base. Now, a lot of people actually use Oops to clean their lips, and it works really well, and it has some vitamin E in there, so your lips are nice and smooth. So if you're going to use Oops, put the Oops on, leave it on for a minute, wipe it off with a warm rag or a towel or something like that. But I am lazy, and I just use witch hazel right now. So I put a little bit on the cotton swab there, and I'm just going to roll it. And I know a lot of you know how to put on lip sense, but you haven't seen Violet Bolt being put on, I'm sure. All right, look at that. That's gross. It's got my makeup on there. So any food, oils, makeup residues will make your lip sense not stay on as long. So if you're having trouble with your lip sense staying on, that may be one of the issues. The other issues might be that you're not letting it dry long enough. You have to let it dry for a couple seconds in between each coat, but at the end, I usually now let it dry for maybe a minute. Now I won't today probably because I don't want you guys to have to sit there for a minute and stare at me, but then I put it on, and make sure you're getting your gloss in between your lips, like in the corners. So I have lips, unfortunately for me, that are more in. So mine wear faster because my lips rub together more. If your lips are more out, you're lucky because your lip sense will stay looking gorgeous probably for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Most of the colors, the darker colors for me, last me half the day before I feel like it's wearing in there, and it bugs me, so I have to fix it. So that's why a lot of times I wear lighter colors. One of the colors, though, darker colors, that really wears good if you like a dark color is Purple Rain, and also Fire and Ice, and Roseberry. So that's 3. I said 1, but all right. And I think She's Apples does too, but I do not wear She's Apples a lot because it's orange. I like Persimmon because it's more of like a burnt orange, but this is a little bright for me, but I like it with mixing. Some people can really get away with this. I can't even get away with reds. So what we are going to do is we are going to do Violet Bolt and She's Apples. Now Violet Bolt just came in. I just actually got it myself a couple days ago, and this is the first time I'm going to be wearing it. So if anybody likes this, I posted the combo a while ago that somebody wore it, and hopefully I'll be able to pull it off. We'll see. All right, so shake, shake, shake. So we're going to do, and we don't want too much on the applicator. And as you know, you don't want to go back and forth too much, but you want to cover your whole lip. The reason you're not going back and forth is if it's still wet, you're pulling it right back off. So that's the reason. All right. So, sorry, it's still drying. Make sure you get on the inside waterline. Very important. If you don't, you can't rub your lips together. All right, I'm gonna do one more coat of this. Kind of look, oh, I don't know. It's not my color on its own, for sure. Uh, all right. Now I look like a clown. No. Not my color. I like it with Coralina. I like it mixed with a lot of stuff, but okay. I'm letting this dry. I'm just touching it. Make sure it's, because I don't want to mix. Now another option is to actually mix them in a mixing ring or on a palette. Ooh, I cracked it. All right, let me shake it one more time because it's new. Okay. All right, I have never worn this before, so we shall see. Oh, it's lighter than I thought. I think I'm gonna have to do 2 coats. Yeah, that's lighter than I thought. We shall see. Not sure. And to be honest, I don't know if she did Violet Vault first and then She's Apples or the opposite. Oh well, we shall see. Alright, I didn't get the edge here. Hold on. Alright, and of course I got outside, so I'm going to need oops. Alright, second coat. Oh no. What do you think? I think she must have done the opposite. I think she did the opposite. Alright, so now I need to fix because I made a mistake. Where's my oops? There it is. I know you get to see the top of my head. Nice. Alright. Oops, oops, oops. Okay. Oh, I think that was it. Okay, good. Not too bad. And I will wipe that. All right. All right, a little dark for what I normally would do, but I went a little different today anyway. So, we are going to do Glossy Gloss. You should usually do Glossy Gloss first. Definitely before matte. Okay, hold on. I'm getting the corners here. Make sure you get in your corners. Put a good coat on the first time, let it dry in, and then you only need to put a little bit of gloss through the day. You really don't need to coat it like you do in the morning. What do you guys think? Not really me, but something for night for sure. Yeah, so I would normally put Glossy Gloss on first and then let it soak in a little bit, or you can even blot it and put matte on. So matte does not help your lips. Well, a couple things. Matte is not as hydrating on your lips, Plus, it also does not keep your lip sense quite as good through the day as the other glosses will. If you're doing a diamond glitter or gold glitter, silver glitter, or pink glitter, which are super fun, I also recommend doing a coat of the glossy first because the glitters will wear on your lips just like anything else. So to keep your lips or your lip sense lasting as long as it possibly can, I would say do glossy first. With sand, you can do glossy. It's got a little bit of stuff in there. The only one, opal, you're fine on its own. Pearl, you're fine on its own. Orchid, rose, fine on its own. And bougainvillea really is fine on its own too. Even though it seems like it has a little bit of, I never had a problem with it. It actually lasts a really, really long time with bougainvillea. So that's my recommendations. So I'm sorry that this was so long because I haven't talked to you guys in so long. And I kind of like it, but I don't know if the lips, but you know what? Something fun, something different today, right? It's dreary out, so I might as well have something fun. I will take some pictures and post them, and I will be talking to you guys more soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Have a good day. Bye.